Hello, I'm Kelsey Self, and the student that I did my assessment module was Lucy. Lucy is a 16-year-old student at Clarksville High School. She is placed in a direct instruction classroom in the Clarksville High School. She lives at home with her father and her stepmother, James and Susan. Lucy does not have any siblings, and both of Lucy and her parents live in Clarksville. Lucy's father reported that there were complications during the pregnancy. Lucy experienced meconium aspiration and lost oxygen to her brain during the last week of the pregnancy. Lucy also has a history of seizures and takes medication for this. Lucy has been diagnosed with seasonal allergies, and Lucy also did not meet her developmental milestones and was referred by her doctor for physical therapy and occupational therapy at 1 year of age. When she was 2, she was referred for speech and language therapy. She has been identified as a student with multiple disabilities. Lucy has been placed in direct instruction since she was in kindergarten, but in preschool she went to Forster Davis, which is a local special needs facility in preschool. The reason that Lucy was evaluated was for the state law that requires that there be an evaluation every 3 years. And the last date of evaluation was on April 19th of 2017. And for this evaluation, Lucy was assessed with the Adaptive Behavior Evaluation Scale, the ABES-R2. This measures the adaptive behaviors that are required for success in both educational and home settings. There is a home and a school version. The school version relies on observation from a teacher in a classroom setting, and the home version requires an observer who is familiar with the child's home and the adaptive behaviors in the home. On both versions, the standard scores is a mean of 100 and a standard deviation of 15. There are 3 domains inside the score that are listed as conceptual, social, and practical adaptive skills. This assessment is provided for this assessment. Ages can be 13 to 18. And the standard score that Lucy got in conceptual was 65 with a percentile rank of 1. This means she scored as well as or better than 1% of students her own age. In the social domain, she scored a 64, which is less than 1% of students her same age. Lucy also scored a 65 in the practical domain, and her percentile rank was a 1, which is 1% as well as or better than the students her own age. The school version was the only version that was reported, and it was obtained the skills quotient of 64. This is the quotient of all 3 areas of the adaptive skills. Her percentile rank is less than 1, which means that she scored as well as or better than less than 1% of students her same age. She was also given the Bridgens Inventory of Basic Skills 2, the green version. This is given through birth and to developmental age of 7. There are different categories under the Bridgens Inventory of Basic Skills 2. The personal data response, colors, visual motor skills, body part recognition, lowercase and uppercase letters, object counting, numbers, signs, and identifying coins. Lucy was not able to provide any personal data under the personal data response. She could not give her first or her last name. For recognizing colors, she was able to recognize red, blue, green, yellow, orange, purple, brown, black, pink, gray, and white. For her visual motor skills, she could copy the following shapes: circle, a plus sign, an X, a square, a rectangle, a triangle, and a diamond. For identifying body parts, she could identify her mouth and eyes, and she tried to identify other parts, but she could not say the words. For reading uppercase and lowercase letters, she was able to recognize all of the letters of the alphabet. When counting objects, she could count a group of 3 objects. And when reading numbers, she could read numbers 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, and 80 to 100. Lucy also knows common signs such as stop and go, out, and boys. She could not recognize other signs. Lucy can identify coins such as the quarter, the nickel, and the dime, but did not know any other signs. Lucy was also given the Kaufman Assessment Battery for Children. The standard score was 100. The average was 100, and the standard deviation of 15. The KABC is given individually to students, and it measures the thinking and cognitive abilities of kids through ages 3 through 18. It measures a range of abilities including sequential and simultaneously processing, learning, reasoning, and other abilities. The KABC-2 provides a nonverbal scale to assess children with hearing loss, moderate to severe speech, language disabilities, or limited English proficiency. And Lucy has a language disability, a speech or language disability. So she was given the nonverbal index, which comes under the following subtest: story completion, triangles, block counting, pattern reasoning, and hand movements. Lucy's score was a 47, and her percentile rank of less than 0.1 means that she scored as well as or better than less than 0.1% of same-age students. After reviewing all of the assessments given, it was shown that Lucy had a weakness in math skills, reading skills, and writing skills. She also had an issue with hand-eye coordination and also identifying different parts of her body. She can read uppercase and lowercase letters. She can count objects to 3, and she identifies her numbers to 100. She can recognize some signs, and she can recognize some coin money. She also recognizes her colors.